Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now in today's episode, I'd like to discuss caffeine. And I'm going to really point an arrow toward coffee, because I'm noticing, and I'll say in general, and this is becoming, I think it already is, but I'll just be safe and say it's becoming a global issue where many individuals are consuming too much coffee. All right. And I'm definitely going to request that certain aspects of this topic be put on at least 2 of our social media platforms. So if you're not doing so, follow us under Acupuncture is My Life on every social media platform. And if you're a Twitter person, it's at Acu_is_my_life. As well as go to the acupunctureismylife.com website. There's tons of health information there and how you could benefit from acupuncture. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter at the website as well. But today's discussion is about overconsumption of caffeine. I mean, just drinking too much and how much it weakens a person's bones. And many individuals are not aware of this, and many of my global colleagues are realizing this. And we had an interesting discussion last night as to how this is becoming a problem, especially as global society ages. And individuals are beginning to drink coffee at a younger and younger age. And a lot of today's youth do not need coffee. They're unaware of the potential damage it can do to them physiologically overall. But I'll stick with how caffeine can weaken your bones. Because if you're consuming more than 800 milligrams of caffeine per day, you're increasing your risk of developing osteoporosis. It's way too much. I mean, you have college kids that are drinking 5-6 cups of coffee, somewhere 1,000-2,000 milligrams a day. That's too much. Not just college kids, adults. There are individuals who can't go through the day without consuming 6 cups of coffee per day. To an acupuncturist, that's destroying. That's wreaking havoc on your kidney essence. You see, the bones to an acupuncturist, and I've discussed this on the Acupuncture is My Life YouTube channel. So if you want to get an in-depth understanding, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can learn not just about bones, but so much with regard to the internal organs, diseases, diagnosis, so forth and so on. But to an acupuncturist, the bones are functionally related to the kidneys. So when we want to strengthen a person's bones, we would tonify their kidneys. Now, drinking too much coffee, taking in way too much caffeine, depletes a person's kidney essence. And a deficiency of kidney essence leads to osteoporosis. Long-term deficiency of kidney essence. So you want to think about the amount of caffeine which you're consuming in one day. Because too much, let's just stick with coffee. Too much, you're increasing your risk of developing osteoporosis. And that's understanding it from the position of acupuncture, because you're depleting kidney essence. Now, there are tests that you can have done. You can have a urinalysis done with your physician, okay? because you may want to keep an eye open to see if there's an increase in calcium in your urine. Because high amounts of calcium output indicates that your kidneys are releasing this mineral too fast. And it's releasing it at a pace where the body cannot replace it quick enough. Which then affects bone density. You're going to be faced with bone density issues. And again, increasing your risk of developing osteoporosis, which of course causes your bones to become weak and brittle. Now, this normally affects older adults because we lose bone density as we age. And again, it goes back to previous podcasts where I'm constantly saying exercise. Many reasons as to why I say exercise is important on a daily basis. And it doesn't mean going to the gym, so forth and so on. But exercise is super important. Because now you're losing bone density at a slower rate, much slower rate. Now, if you feel you need to drink coffee, I would say switch it to decaffeinated tea with honey. 1, maybe 2 teacups should suffice. But you don't want to exceed 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. And this is where Eastern nutrition once again comes into play. This is why Acupuncture is My Life has Eastern nutrition episodes on its podcast. And soon we'll have a television show running on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and Roku TV. Just putting it out there. But you want to make sure that you're consuming enough calcium and vitamin D, because both are critical for bone health. Another reason why here at Acupuncture is My Life we say get out and take walks. You want to get that natural vitamin D from the sun. You want to enhance the bone mineralization process through exercise. And then you want to eat right. You want to eat foods that have a sufficient amount of vitamin D as well as calcium, which is why I say over and over, stay away from that junk food. Stay away from it. It's not good for you. Proper diet and regular exercise, which is a vital part of bone health, can offset the losses as a result of drinking so much coffee. You really, really want to look to cut down. This is why I'm constantly telling you. See your local acupuncturist for regular wellness visits, because they'll educate you to all of this. And regular wellness visits, it doesn't have to be once a week. It can be every other week. It can be once a month, every 6 weeks. There are some people, seasonal basis, they'll come in for that one visit. Many have worked their way down to it because with acupuncture, abdominal acupuncture sets the body for the next season. So they'll come in for their seasonal visits as their wellness visit, along with seeing their physician annually or even semi-annually. these are things you must think about. You must make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?